Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from mindfulmarketplace.com, and I'm recording this actually for my own uh, private course community, but I actually wanted to share this on YouTube. I decided as well because we have a couple new programs that are available. This is free that you can sign up for. It's not just free; you can actually earn a great income in 2021, helping us. Helping partner with us as an affiliate or as a partner ambassador for this brand new platform we're launching called Blurt. And essentially, it's a 3 day um, content collaboration marketing service where we're working with clients to help them really, really quickly using a proprietary process create products for sale, write short courses, even a little bit longer than the 72-hour program, but we have a whole book publishing program now that's 30 days. Like we'll go from zero to a published author in 30 days with our clients. All sorts of stuff comes with this. We have landing pages and membership sites fully developed, LMS style communities for our clients. All of this we're offering as part of this Blurt program, and I would encourage you to sign up as an affiliate because if you have people in your community who are authors or teachers or life coaches or anyone who is a maker, marketer, or enlightened entrepreneur, right? Someone who is really trying to offer services in the mental health or mindfulness, personal growth, or even spiritual development spaces. This is a great opportunity for you to partner with us and earn really amazing money. Some of these affiliate offers we're paying up to $2,400 per referral. So there's some great opportunity to earn some great money doing ethical work. Also, I want to mind those of you who aren't part of our community but maybe watching this on YouTube. As part of this, we are committing 20% of our fee-based work in 2021 to be free. We're giving it away. So one out of every 5 jobs that we do as developers, as marketers, writers, all interviewers, all of that stuff, we're going to be giving away 20% of our fee-based services, which is just a commitment to kind of helping give back in these really challenging times that we're all going through together. All right, so there's also this. We have this bundle of courses that I put together for anyone who's interested in building a digital media brand or a publishing platform in 2021. There's a bunch of courses included in this, so I would encourage you if you're interested in checking that out. It's not going to be for sale forever, but it is for sale now as a bundle. And also, in terms of the commitment to give back approach and ethos, we are also happy to give away any free bundle of courses that you can't afford. If you have a legitimate financial need and want to sign up for these courses, feel free to send me an email, hi@mindfulmarketplace.com, and I'm happy to give them to you for free. Again, we request that it's a financial need, not just a curiosity driven thing. But if you really are interested in doing this and don't have the money, I am happy to give you access to anything you need for free. All right, so with that being out of the way, said and out of the way, here are 14 quick tips. I'm just going to read them really quickly for those of you who are building a niche community, a directory, a marketplace, a listing sort of site, or anything like that in 2021. I'm going to read. These are just a quick selection of tips, kind of suggestions, things that I've learned the hard way, things that I've seen clients or readers or strangers and subscribers who've reached out to me have learned the hard way over the last couple of years doing this work. So here they are. I'm going to focus on a couple of them in a little bit more detail, but if you want the whole list, it's available in our private community. You can download that at the link below. All right, so number one, future-proof your platform, right? I recommend doing that theme agnostically, like not getting really wrapped up in the individual themes or plugins, proprietary plugins that you're picking to build your platform. Because as we all know, themes get pulled from the marketplace, developers go out of business, partners who develop these themes sometimes have fights and they go their separate ways, and that leaves clients who are trusting their platforms on these tools and tech often in the lurch. And if you have people who are counting on you, if you've built something that folks are require or needing that maintain a site that can't be maintained because the tools are outdated or not playing nicely anymore, then you're fucked, more or less, for lack of a nicer way of saying that. So try to stay as theme agnostic or tool and plugin agnostic as you can. Framework, I guess, is probably a better way of saying that. And I recommend using something like WooCommerce to start to really test a minimum viable product or platform, because it's not going anywhere. It's really built into the the WordPress ecosystem, and it's not going to disappear. So there's all kinds of very cool and creative things you can do with WooCommerce if you're building a niche community, a directory, a listing style site, that you don't get all of the benefits of one of these specialized directory plugins or themes or frameworks, but you get pretty close and you run none of the risk. All right, I've done this a number of times. I've done this with clients a number of times, and it generally never fails. At the very worst, you have 3 or 4 or 6 months to really validate an idea without any of the learning curve or the stress or mess that comes with having to learn all these various plugins and frameworks and integrations, etc. All right. Number 2, don't stress about the tech or feature creep your community. This kind of goes back to number 1. Don't overcomplicate things. All right. Number 3, an SEO trick: use names, right, rather than search terms. And this, I can't overemphasize this enough. I use this all the time. Actually, sometimes I get criticized for doing this on YouTube in particular, because I'll reference themes in the titles of my videos, or I'll reference tools or tech or software or services that are definitely part and parcel of the content I'm referring to or I'm recording, but they're not. Like I'll use a name, or let's say, here's an example. I will, if I'm doing a video on why I use Podia or how to do something on the Podia online learning management, software system, digital storefront, whatever you want to call it. It's an e-commerce, software for makers and course creators and membership sites and affiliate marketers, etc. I'll use Podia in the title, but I often will compare it to like Gumroad. So I'll say Podia or Gumroad, question mark. 3 reasons why I chose Podia over Teachable or Gumroad in 2020. And I may make passing reference to Teachable, and I may make very specific reference to Gumroad, but the video is really about Podia. And I find that approach from an SEO standpoint, even though it's a little gimmicky maybe, because I'm not really comparing all 3 of them in a lot of detail. I'm using one and referencing the other 2 as why I think this is better, but the majority of the content is on the one, right? And that always gets 3, 4, 500% more clicks, even on something like YouTube, certainly on blogs and community posts and social media, because all those various platforms are all going to look at that piece of content, and if they like the content, they're going to share it, right? And the search engines just like that sort of content. So the more specific you are, if you're building a local directory, to bring this back down, I find it's much easier to rank well for Joe's Pizza, Vince's Pizza, Jane's Pizza, Bob's Pizza, rather than trying to rank for best pizza in New York City or best pizza in this town, USA. And the more specific you are, the more likely Joe and Jane and Vince and Bob's Pizza are going to want to learn how to do more business with you, especially if you're ranking number 1 or number 2 or showing up in the above the fold Google search results for their business, right? It works every single time. All right. Number 5, email outreach when you're building something like this is everything. All right, and this kind of dovetails with the last piece, number 14. I recommend you check out the video that I just did where I actually give you the letter that we're using now in 2021. I'm recording this on the 8th for our Mindful Marketplace email outreach campaign. All right, it is the best thing you can do is just take a couple days a week, put your pajamas on and just email people and introduce yourself and make an irresistible offer. All right, number 6, you're building a digital media brand, not a directory, right? Get very serious about that, and you'll find that your goals are higher, your aspirations are bigger, your excitement and enthusiasm is bigger, and the individual like little insults and the little indignities and the little defeats that you suffer every day will feel less salient, less significant. If you get a rejection, someone says, "I don't want to be part of your community," or you don't get the response that you want, from an email outreach or a Facebook, ad campaign. If you just think you're building a directory, it hurts, right? You feel every cut, you feel every insult. But if you're building a digital media brand and you do the math, right? You only need a few really super clients to make a big dent in your brand and your business and in your bank account as a result, right? There's much more to say about this. I certainly have said much more about this. I encourage you to sign up for our community if you're interested in reading more about my thoughts on this. All right, number 7, back-end offers. I mean, this is the key to the directory business for sure. You need to have something that you're selling to people, right? That's a back-end offer. So the directory is actually the loss leader, let's say. It's the thing that you're using to get people into your orbit, into your universe. But the real salient, powerful, profitable thing that you're doing are these back-end offers. And I bookend that with an irresistible offer. You need one irresistible offer. So 4 back-end offers and 1 irresistible offer. And the 1 irresistible offer has to have a rock star result or a clear before and after moment for your client. So in our business, we call these a bridge book, right? So we are helping our clients write books, and a bridge book is a book that introduces an idea that invites or inspires an experience for our clients. So a client writes this kind of book that we help them write, and they have this published book that is actually helping to build their client base, that is helping to cultivate a community, launch a movement, attract an audience, build their brand, etc. I'm not going to cover that in this video, but that is our before and after moment. It's clear to our clients that before they worked with us, they didn't have a book. After they've worked with us for 30 days, they have a book, right? And this book is actually something they can show off to their friends, their family, their Aunt Jean on Facebook. They can now say, "I'm a published author." It has a rock star result. It makes them feel like they put a bucket list item in their sort of life ledger, and they've accomplished that. It's very important. All right, so that's ours, is a bridge book. You need to come up with your own, right? What is an irresistible offer that has a rock star result and a clear before and after moment? All right, number 9, begin with beta. Again, I've said this a zillion times. It'll save you all those indignities when things aren't perfect, when you say you're beginning in beta, right? This is a beta offer. You're not yet ready for prime time. It saves you lots of criticism when people are saying, "Well, this isn't ready for the world," and you're like, "Well, it's beta. We're building it. It's in beta. It's in private beta." And Mr. Smith, we're inviting you to be part of our private beta, right? You're important enough to be invited to have access to this before it goes live to the world, right? So the beta it wears multiple hats for you, but it protects you from going live with something that you're not ready yet to really have the world see. You can just kind of push it out there and say, we're inviting you to look at something that's not yet ready for prime time, but it's ready for leaders in this niche, and you are a leader, so we want to invite you to be part of the initial, private beta. All right, software as a service. And this essentially just means simplify when possible. If you have a budget, and you don't want to mess around with WordPress or, some of these tools that are a little bit hard, or this tech that some people find challenging, use tools that are actually designed for the thing that you want to accomplish, right? If you want to build a peer-to-peer marketplace, you can use ShareTribe, which is a little bit more expensive, but it's actually built for that. WordPress is built to be a blogging platform. It's not built to be a directory. ShareTribe, which is expensive, but it's actually built to be a marketplace. So it does everything that you need done as a software as a service, rather than trying WordPress and then buying all these extensions and hacks and blah, 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 blah to make it actually do the thing that you want. I'm not saying this is always the right approach, but I'll give you just a really quick, more specific example. If you, I mean, like we're using Circle for the private piece of our platform, our community. Circle is a software as a service community software, platform, right? But WordPress does that too. You can sign up for BuddyPress, or you can download BuddyPress, the plugin. You can get themes, and then you can kind of hack and configure and work through it to make it effective. Or you can just buy Circle every month. You can just pay for software that actually builds community by default. That's what they do, right? Rather than install WordPress and then BuddyPress and then get a theme and then do this and then this plugin, that plugin. So if you can, and I like BuddyPress and have enjoyed it for years, but Circle, using that for our community is just much easier, even though I know what I'm doing with BuddyPress. All right. Always, what can you borrow to build? What can you leverage to launch? This comes back to what I just set up here. What are the tools, the tech, the platforms, the products that are available to you right now that you can use to optimize and improve everything that you're doing without having to recreate the wheel yourself. Number 12, your secret sauce doesn't need to be your sauce. I've covered this a zillion times. This is so damn important. You can offer services. For an example, one of the things that we're doing in our Blurt offer, right? This Blurt platform is we're giving people these great looking landing pages for book launches and course launches and like selling services and all that good stuff, and we're using the Card website development platform, right, that allows us to borrow this very cool, or I'm sorry, it's a secret sauce sort of thing, because we can, our offer is 72-hour turnaround, right? We're going to build landing pages and this and that and the other thing in 3 days. Speed is our secret sauce. Our whole unique selling proposition is the idea incubator and brand accelerator for entrepreneurs who are sick with a need for speed. It was originally who were sick of slow, but now it's with a need for speed, right? So, our secret sauce is using these tools that allow us to do these things very, very quickly. I certainly don't have any, software of my own that could facilitate that, but using all these other tools that we can borrow and buy and leverage, and sign up for, it gives us the appearance of expertise to our clients. All right, there's a recording in the course community that actually covers this in a lot of detail with specific examples. This actually is probably the number one piece of advice that I want people to take away from anything that if you're building a web consultancy or a digital media brand or an online marketing company. This is like the thing that took me years to figure out. But once I did, my life became much more, much easier. All right, number 14, income and assets. Always bucket these, when you're building one of these directories, a marketplace, a local community, you need to think both income, how you're going to make money while the thing is growing, and asset. The asset is actually the thing itself that over time is going to have value either to yourself or someone else, like a piece of real estate. You can sell an asset. You can build a local directory, a local or a niche community, or a international marketplace, and it doesn't have to make a shitload of money to have asset value to either yourself or somebody else in that niche at some future point in time. But while you're building it, you do need an income, because if you don't have an income from it, you're not going to be able to sustain it. You're not going to sustain the enthusiasm, the energy, the attention, the effort that requires you to get to the point where it's actually has an asset value, right? So always think about, these things up here, back-end offers, 4 back-end offers, and 1 irresistible offer that you can use to build an income while the asset is actually incubating, right? While it's maturing. Because if you don't have an income, most people just give up on these projects, on these platforms, a month, 3 months, 6 months in, and they just become abandoned ideas on the information superhighway to nowhere, right? So don't let that happen. Have a plan to make an income in the interim. Okie doke. And the last one is the invitation. Copy my invitation. This is the email outreach that I mentioned up here, and that is available both on YouTube, and the actual letter is on our private community, so you can actually get both of those. If you're not in our community, you can watch the video where you can see the exact email that we're using, and you can copy it. If you're in the community, it's available to download verbatim, in your administration area. All right, so that's pretty much it. Hope this has been helpful. And if you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask. Thanks.